It's a pleasure to be here. Gene Cunningham. I run the global sales portion of Boeing Defense Company. My background, I'm an aerospace engineer that has spent time as well as a sales and marketing individual, but also as a program manager. So I've seen a lot of this business over a number of years and in many parts of this world. Today I'd like to talk a little bit about India and Boeing in India. Where you look at Boeing Defense today and the significance of global sales for Boeing Defense can be easily highlighted by the fact that 30% of the revenue for Boeing Defense is now coming out of the international marketplace, and certainly the areas from the Middle East to the Asia Pacific region have been a key portion of that 30% revenue over the past few years. No small part of that has been the sales that have been tied to India, to include the C-17, the Apache helicopter, the CH-47, the P-8 surveillance aircraft. Those have put in significant revenue for the Boeing company, but also helped us get a better understanding of doing business in India and a better understanding of the technical and aerospace capabilities that are present today in India. As we look to the future, we certainly are excited about additional sales of the P-8, continuing to produce Apaches and Chinooks. The next project we see on the horizon is potentially providing the F-18 to the Indian Navy. And in that program, we would envision the ability to have manufacturing capability as well as training and support embedded in India, working with Indian companies and creating both the job and understanding associated with the aircraft, but also the opportunity to have a business partnership that has a near-term but also a long-term strategy to it. In the near term, produce the F-18, be able to support the aircraft, be able to provide mods and upgrades to that aircraft going forward, and then take that partnership and look at how we might grow in other areas. Maybe they are further fighter activities, or they start to look at activities in other areas of aerospace overall. So we see that Indian environment as one that is rich in capabilities, rich in the opportunities because of the need to do defense and security enhancements for India, but it's also the opportunity to build relationships, and I think that's critical. You know, the change in relations between the U.S. and India over the last few decades has been significant. And as you look at these projects, as you look at Indians and Americans working together to provide a mutual security approach, this becomes a significant part of building on the relationship that we've created over the last few decades. So we see this as an opportunity to use the environment and bring technologies and capabilities, but then also bring the innovation that the Indian industry and the huge population of engineers and scientists that graduate from very capable Indian schools every year. Bring that imagination to the forefront of aerospace and have the opportunity to find innovations that if we simply stayed inside the borders of the United States, may not come up with. And that's what's the excitement about working in India. It's not just the sales, it's not just the placement of product. It's that vision for what we might be able to do together as we work forward and we collaborate and we come up with new ideas and new technologies for both countries and also for the world.